TGS presents Assassin's Creed Odyssey Road Trip Tour. Gonna showcase Athens in Attica, all the way down to Sparta in Laconia, basically the two at war in the Peloponnesian War. To make a better understanding of what's going on, we're right up here in Greater Athens at the Statue of Athena viewpoint. What I'm planning to do is kind of jump down and kind of wander around some of the main points here. We can obviously take a look at the Acropolis Sanctuary itself, and then we can kind of wander around a bit through these locations. Some of them aren't worth it, some of them are, depends what it is. You know, the workshops are just workshops, but there's a temple over here. There's a house to get an idea of what the homes used to look like back in this time. And we're kind of just going to go around, maybe do like a circle. From there, we're going to hit the road, allowing the horse to navigate the world himself. This means he's probably going to take us out to the north here, wrap us up through here somehow, connecting over into this land point in Megaris. We got to come down through Corinthia. We got to come down through possibly Argolis and Arcadia into Laconia and the Sparta right here. Very small cities, you guys can see, so we'll kind of head in through the road, showcase it a little bit. Maybe we'll go visit the king himself. And that'll be it from there. Let's go ahead and get this started, see what we can check out while we're here. So just showcasing the view right now. Just wanted to let you guys see what it looks like. It's pretty massive. Honestly, I did the same deal for Origins. It ended up being like a 2-hour tour video showcasing all the major cities. This game, just see Athens and Sparta being the two major cities worth showcasing. There's plenty of other cool cities, but there's nothing compared to what Origins had. It had Alexandria, it had Crocodilopolis, you know, it had all these places, Memphis, just really, really unique, decently big cities. With obviously Alexandria being the largest and the most awesome. But Athens and Sparta are kind of the two main points in this game. You're fighting for either side. You're fighting for the Athenians or the Spartans. Here we're going to check out both of their cultures. So the Athenians are more into, you know, art, libraries, all that kind of stuff, reading, learning, education, knowledge. While on the other hand, the Spartans kind of rule with more of an iron fist. They're very much more strict. They, you know, were willing to throw Cassandra off a cliff as a baby due to an oracle saying that had to be done. You know, I would have probably denied that oracle because just some dude saying something, but, you know, not going to hate on their beliefs completely. You never know what the truth was. We didn't live in those times. But either way, you know, both sides have their flaws, unfortunately. But right now, we're just at Acropolis Sanctuary checking out. You know, they have a bull statue over here. The main build, kind of the same as Origins. I had the kind of same structures where you go and you check stuff out. There's giant statues around. Look at that statue right there. It's where we just were. Absolutely enormous. I'm going to hop this wall real quick so we can head over here. We're going to technically get our horse, so I'm going to whistle for him. But just to show you guys, let's go ahead and go in. Parthenon. Apparently there's a chest, so we can loot it while we're on this tour. Lots of treasure in here, you know. Feel free to take some stuff with you from the tour. Apparently it's just left out in the open in this big room here for anyone to come, you know, steal some of it. With no door on the front, you know, I'm sure people would be sure to visit here at night and loot this. A lot of drachmae. Let's leave. It's pretty much all that was in this side, apparently. I'm guessing if we go in the other side, we can actually get into a more reasonable room. So showcase what's out here. Look at this cliffside. There's a pretty cool building down there to the right. There's a theater. We can head down there next. And just make our way around. I'm just venturing around here to the other entrance so we can check out what it should actually look like on the inside. Not the back treasure room. Here we go. Giant statue. Apparently a dead soldier just chilling here. It's Pericles. Is his armor? Is this Pericles? That's epic if it was. But here you are. Awesome statue. Kind of reminds me of memorials in the U.S. You'll go in, there'll be a giant statue. There's the Lincoln Memorial, the Jefferson Memorial. I've seen all these in real life in the past year. Unfortunately, I haven't made it to Athens yet. I wouldn't mind getting over there at some point, but it's kind of far from the U.S. Guessing at least a good like 8-hour flight at least. Well, here you go. I'm just kind of looting as we go. It's free cash, free items. There you have it. That's what's up here. I think I'm going to abandon my horse because otherwise he would just die from the leap of faith I'm about to perform here. As we're going to head down, all the way down. Here's some more statues. As you see, here's the theater. Got some nice plants, some wood seating. Not very comfortable, but it'll do. Up here you have a stage. Apparently some pig was just sacrificed here or something. Unfortunately, it didn't reach the barbecue yet. Back in here, just the rooms, I guess, that they chill and go to. Over here is something I want to check out. Then we're going to hop on our horse and kind of just roam the streets for 5 minutes or so, just showcasing what's available here. So here we go, we can go inside right here. Check out this building. I'll see how it stands. It's like an indoor. I don't know what this is. Looks like somewhere you watch something. They're kind of just speaking. I don't know if this is a government discussion hall. I don't know if this is an acting hall. I have no idea. But let's continue on. I had to go in there and check it out, though, at least. Here's my wonderful horse. Do note the fire armor is part of DLC. The horse is from becoming the #1 mercenary. It's not truly a spoiler, you just get it. Not spoiling much. It's obviously a known receivable in this game. Over here is an entryway in and out of Athens, so we're gonna go ahead and turn around. But here is Athens. We're going to eventually head out of here for Sparta, but I'm kind of just wandering the streets down below. We're not going to cover every street, we're not going to cover every statue, but we're going to at least take a look at what the city looks like. Now see there's a wall surrounding it. There's a lot of typical housing, kind of looks like this, just randomly placed neighborhoods. There's no true grid system here, it's kind of just where I built my house is where I live. And the road works around it. Heading into, unfortunately, the poorer district of the city right now. As you can tell, the living quality here is much less than the neighbors a few blocks away. Which is honestly a real life situation even today. So they have a showcasing of that right there, just like they did in Syndicate as well. As you see, as you move further this way, gets a little bit more wealthy per se. Look at this house right here. Pretty nice 3-story home. Even more to our left here. You know, look at these places. They're not tiny by any means. Here's Pericles' residence. No wonder it's so massive. Unfortunately, Pericles isn't with us anymore. I think we ran into his corpse there on the tour. It is what it is. Just, there's just so much going on in Athens, but a lot of it's very similar. A lot of it's just housing. A lot of it's just buildings that have the same shape across all cities. So there are a few things like that that I want to point out. But overall, it's a pretty sweet city. Definitely the largest in this game, I'm pretty sure. Kind of just working my way around. Like I said, I want to kind of go in a circular manner. I don't think we're going to go completely around. But we're currently heading west, meaning we're on the southern side of the central point of the city. Apparently that caught fire somehow. Just random dogs in the street. Right here happens to be, pretty sure, a workshop I can't go into. You do a mission there. That's a corpse that I killed at like the beginning of the game, still waiting to be taken care of. As you see, there's some construction going on over here. Tons of statues over here, apparently.
These statues are incredible.
There's a graveyard.
The sculptors truly are masters of their craft.
Even Cassandra had something to say. There's a lot of statues over here. I think over here we're going to call it by the statue right here. I think I showcased enough about Athens. Let me just see. I'm looking back. We've already been up there on that hillside. That's where we were checking out initially, where I think we found Pericles' body. We started on the head of that statue. Over to my left here is the only thing I'm kind of wondering what it is. We can make it over there. From there, we'll give the horse full control and begin our journey to Sparta. We're already 11 minutes into the tour, so yeah, it's probably going to take at least up to 10 to get to our new location in Sparta. From there, we shouldn't have much to do. Sparta's pretty small. But as you guys can see, we're at a temple right now, Hephaestus. But overall, that's pretty much what's up here, just like a big lounging area, I guess, where you can praise and all that kind of stuff. It'd be cool to see this in person, if it still exists in any form. So I'm going to go ahead and authorize our movement. As you can see, we kind of circled the entire place. We started with the theater. I don't remember exactly where it was. Right here. We kind of made our way all the way back up into here. We already know what this looks like because it's pretty much the same as down here. So I do want to go ahead and go down here, make a marker. Sparta, here we come, approximately 19 meters away from my current location. We're just going to let the horse take control and let the game navigate it for us. So let's enjoy some final views of Athens on our way out of the city, and apparently we're traveling at night. This is like the Alexandria of Odyssey in my view. I think Alexandria is a better looking city. Sorry, Athens, but that's just from the quality of the buildings and all that between the games. The layout of the city is a little bit messy. I don't know how it is in real life. They could be on a decent grid. They could be all crazy all over the place, which is very inefficient to not be on a grid in a modern city. For instance, I live in the city, and if I go outside my house, I have a street that goes all the way north of the city into the suburbs and all the way south to the bottom where the river is. So it's like a full out road. And then if I go left to right rather than up and down, same deal. I can transverse my entire city with one road each way. Makes it very convenient for getting around for sure. But less talk on that kind of stuff. Where in ancient times they didn't have to worry about car travel and stuff. They had horse travel, which was way less frequent than current car travel, obviously. Not everyone had a horse and not everyone had a carriage, by any means. Those carriages are very, very minimal in this game. Not sure if I even seen one in the entire playthrough. while in Origins we had them. So I want to point out we're kind of on the outskirts of the city. You can see the wall there containing it.
The gates
We haven't
are
really
shut.
tackled much. I think we increased distance the way we left the
The
city.
army of Spartans waits for its prey.
It's apparently just mowing people down. Now that we're on the open road, we can get a little bit more speed. And obviously the roads are nowhere near direct. We're probably going to have to head out west. Eventually we'll get into Megaris. Down to, I think it was Arcadia. We might end up in another region as well before we get to Lacania. I'm not really sure how direct the roads are. I did not map out the roads. I kind of just letting the game decide for us. Here we are. We are truly leaving Athens at this point. Look at that statue right there. To explain the map's very mountainous terrain, as you can see, which makes for much more wavy road patterns. As you know, people had to shape the road through the mountain, which was ever most convenient. Nowadays, you know, they dig a tunnel straight through the mountain and you just go right underneath. My horse is freaking out in auto control. I guess it wanted to kill that lady or something. Not really sure. We're officially making our way south. For anyone who watches this Athens of Sparta tour video, I'm also going to try to put together some other content. Possibly take a boat across the map. Or the longest horse ride would be from Macedonia to Lacania. Basically an additional maybe 2 to 3 times this at least. So this should give us an idea how long that ride would take. So we're truly just in the mountain pass. Just gotta get through. Not sure what this game has entail for us here. We're kind of just letting the game take us on this road trip naturally the way it would recommend. Will we hit any major cities? Or are we going to be stuck in the middle of nowhere? We will find out. Looks like we're coming through the mountain pass. Right into some sort of city right here. Of course, it's slowing down due to proximity to the city. It's kind of just bypassing it, but we're officially in Megaris. Yeah, we're going right into it. Look at that. We're just taking an alternative path. We probably could have just went in the front gate and out the back gate, but we'll just let the game do its thing. About to find out what city this is. I have no idea. There's obviously a fort right there to our left. We're kind of just like looping around the city. I guess we're technically in it. We're outside the wall, but there's homes out here.
The city of pigs.
Megaris, the city of pigs. That's nice. Well, now you know it's a city of pigs. All these people are pigs. I'm gonna just stop in and say hello. It's unrelated to the trip, but you can always stop in here, get a snack or something if needed. Figure we could take 10 seconds just peeking the wall. Still have 4,400 meters to go. This is quite a long trip. Much longer than I anticipated. So we still have to get into at least 1 or 2 other regions before we reach Sparta. Or at least the region that Sparta's in. Then we gotta cross into that region and get to Sparta. A lot of ground to cover here. And we're taking like the most indirect path possible due to the mountain range. It's probably what it's like trying to drive through the Rockies. Now we are back in the middle of nowhere. As we left the city of pigs, there's an enemy camp right here.
Better stay hidden.
Better stay hidden, flaming horse on the road at night. Nobody will spot us. See in the background right there, that's way up on that cliff. We're pulling up on another major city here. It's pretty vastly large. It ain't no Athens, but it is pretty decent. We have quite a view. That looks pretty awesome with that building up on the cliff there like that lit up. That's where I would have my Fallout 76 house, that's for sure. I'm gonna quickly check the map. I'm just wondering, what city is this? Stoa. Corinth. Okay, that's why it's Corinth. Corinth is that big. This is how big Athens is, like 2 to 3 times Corinth. So this is a pretty big city, but it's nothing like Athens. Obviously, all the way up on the cliffside here, you have the Temple of Aphrodite, and that is why it's towering over the city. Which looks pretty awesome. I can shift gears. Here we go. Start covering some more ground. Yeah. 3,200 meters. We're almost halfway from Athens and Sparta. The two fighting out the Peloponnesian War. They aren't very far from each other if you look at the ground from the land that they're battling over. From all the way in the south in like Masara, all the way up to Lesbos and Macedonia. Yeah, it's pretty massive, and they're like kind of in the middle. I can only imagine the map's maybe like 20,000 meters, and they're 5 away. So that's just a guess. I could be completely wrong, so just take note of that. Apparently, there's another location right here. We're passing quite a few cities on the way, a lot smaller than Athens. I mean, Sparta is going to probably be smaller than Corinth at that point, but it's just a very notable region. Seems like we're going into whatever this is. Argolis. We're in Argos, okay. Well, this is sweet. We go right in through Argos. Check Argos out. Another big city, kind of like Corinth. It's not as big as Athens, I'm pretty sure, but it's decently big, just to show you on the map. Here's Argos. If you look at Argos and Corinth, I think Argos is smaller than Corinth, actually. But we're actually going inside of it. They're all relatively similar. They all have these kind of structures around them like this. They have the statues, the pillars. It's kind of just how the design was at this period. You could probably get this mixed up with Athens, to be honest. I mean, look at this. Looks like we're going through the streets of Athens, but we're not. I feel like they kind of copy and pasted a lot of the buildings. Not to call them out. The map looks great. The game's awesome. I'd give it almost 5 out of 5 stars. Just a few things that really ticked me off were the fire damage if you're hit by a fire arrow in this game. I'd be like level 60, a guy'd be like level 1, put me down with 1 fire arrow, it just makes no sense. Daytime's breaking, we're still not in Sparta yet. It's a few day trip, I guess. Especially because you would not do this non-stop. So checking this out, 5,000 meters is approximately 3.1 miles. Force can run 25 to 30 miles per hour. So according to that logic, it's actually not bad at all. I don't think that's realistic at all, though. I could probably look on a map right now. Let's see. Can we do Athens to Sparta? Athens? No, not Georgia. Athens, Greece, please. To Sparta, Greece. Road trip in real life. I just want to compare it while we're... The drivable one. It's a 2-hour, 45-minute drive in real life. 216 kilometers. That's not bad at all. Modern times, they were so close, it's crazy. If I ever get over to Athens, I'm 100% road tripping to Sparta. You know, it's something you'd have to do. It'd be awesome. We're so close. So far, we're going like a tangential line to the location. It's not helping at all. I think we're increasing the distance right now, just to decrease it. We are just out here, out yonder in the woods. We're about to pass a mercenary on the road. That's him right there. See you. Enjoy your run. I'll see you in Sparta. We are officially almost down to 1,000 meters of Sparta. The final stretch here. If we could just get on a more direct path, we just keep going around mountain after mountain after mountain. I cannot imagine how long it would take the road trip from Macedonia all the way down. I might try it at some point, but that might be when episode 2 hits, so look for that video around then. It's ate up quite a lot of time, almost 30 minutes. But we also spent a good like 10 minutes in Athens, so there you have it. Once we're in Sparta, just a quick look around and that'll be it. As you can see, this is the official entrance to Sparta. Officially made it on this trip. Quite a journey. Welcome to Sparta. They have a very, very, very rocky mountainous terrain that they just kind of worked with like it's Minecraft and shit, and just built stuff all over the place. You know, look, there's a building up on the left, up on the right. Pretty much on the final stretch into the actual city. The main entrance, I guess, is over here to the side. Over there you can see there is some homes. Sparta's very, very green, very spread out compared to Athens. And it's a much smaller city, but it has a very, very strong military force. It's kind of just where the king is chilling at. The king's apparently 175 meters away in the town. So if you're expecting some awesome dramatic ending to this tour, you might have to reconsider, but Sparta is still not too shabby once we get in the actual main portion here. It'll get a little bit more exciting. As you guys can see, I'm going to go ahead and not follow the horse path anymore. We're going to head up into here where we actually want to go. I'm also going to abandon our horse. This is not working. Too much going on. Too many people, too many obstacles. Here you have it. It's what I would call downtown Sparta. Like I said, much more green. If I had to put it in any way, Athens would be like the Democrats and Sparta would be the Republicans. Just, Sparta is much more conservative, Athens is much more into education and all. Kind of the same gist of what goes on in reality. Both sides have positives and negatives, just And it just comes down to the individual's personal beliefs for picking a side. But that's what keeps balance in the world, is having different views come together, meet in the middle. Both sides get some type of happiness out of what they get out of the deal. And they'll obviously fight for their other decisions, but convincing other people is not very easy. So I'm kind of just wandering up into here, show you guys what's going on up here. Very tight streets, European style, like they should be. So obviously we're in Europe, and as you can see, you just kind of wander up here. This is the true heart of Sparta. I'm just trying to make my way up to here to the final port that we'll show. This will be like a viewpoint. There's the leader's house.
Let's hope no one notices me here.
Here you have this. It's truly built on the mountainside, and then they just figured out the rest. They're just like, let's just put in staircases and build this right up there. Spartan warrior statue. Nice and covered there, so if it's raining, get some cover after getting soaked on the way in. In here we have a statue of a warrior. The goddess Athena. Pretty much sums up. The best way to get a view of around the city for the finale here is to go up to the viewpoint area and just kind of glance about. So give us the best view of what Sparta truly looks like. Surrounded by mountains, just a small town tucked away here. It definitely gives them really good defenses. The mountains make for rough terrain to cross and decrease the amount of pass people can take to enter the region. So if Athens were ever to take, this, it would be quite a battle. There you have it. Crazy ass overall tour and road trip. Would appreciate if you like and sub.